Pendulums suck. Not suck as in bad or weak, and no, not suck as in suck on D's nuts. They just suck. So this video is literally just going to be 8 minutes or so of me just ranting about how much I dislike playing pendulums, and explaining why I think this mechanic is complete and utter garbage. Again, not garbage in the same way that Dark Magician are hot garbage, but garbage in the sense of wow. Does anyone other than Triff Gaming actually enjoy playing this shit? Now if you're wondering why I decided to make this video, it's because I simply needed to vent. This month out of the 5 years of playing this game has been by far the least fun I've ever had playing it. To put that into perspective, I actually enjoyed playing in the cock meta more than I enjoyed playing Duel Links this month. Can you guess why that is? It's because the brand new box Konami released this month was literally only Pendulum. The fact I've only done 2 new videos on this box, despite it being December when YouTube's ad revenue is paying more than a Gurusimp, I have actually been less inclined to upload. I just hate playing with any of these new cards. Alright, so let's get into why I hate Pendulum. But first of all, just a reminder that if you're enjoying the video, or just happen to have some free time on your hands and don't mind, scrolling down a bit and hitting that like button down below, that'd be much appreciated. Also, feel free to hit the subscribe button while you're down there. And if you're not enjoying the video because you completely disagree with my opinion, feel free to just head down there and hit the dislike. Wait. Yeah, really great change that on YouTube. I love being completely safe from any kind of criticism. That's totally healthy. Anyway, so I have 2 main reasons why I dislike pendulums. The first is simply, why the fuck are they so goddamn overloaded? For example, take fusion summoning. Look at your fusion monster, read its materials, find those materials, and polymerization go brr. That's literally it. Nothing else, simple. What about synchro summoning? Well, this one's even easier, it's just skip the polymerization step. Just find a monster, and tuner go brr. Very advanced stuff. Xyz summoning? Wow, these monsters have the same amount of pretty stars. Boom, Utopia's summoned. Simple, right? But Pendulum just had to come along and complicate things. So I don't really have that much of an issue with the Pendulum summon itself, finding 2 scales, placing scales, and summoning any monsters whose level is in between those 2 scales. Not too much to worry about there. But then Konami was like, let's change our rulebook to a rule encyclopedia. So pendulums are both spells and monsters, so already they have 2 effects and can be played in any of your main zones. Then pendulum monsters start in your deck, but for some reason when removed from the field, they don't go to the grave like everybody else. No, apparently they are so special, they can just go chill in the extra deck. But only when removed from the field. If discarded, detached, or milled, they go to the graveyard. Because of course they do. I'm sure that's not just a really dumb design that won't confuse any new players. Now unlike your standard monster that when removed from the field doesn't really come back, pendulums are just like, nah, our mechanic just includes a monster reborn. So every turn we can just resummon ourselves straight from the extra deck, but only one of them a turn. Like seriously, you can see my point here, right? Why does Pendulum come with more baggage than your average MILF? Another great example, for some reason Pendulum monsters when being used as a spell card still get to make use of the on removed effects written in the monster section, such as Wild Hope when being used as a pendulum scale still gets to use the when destroyed monster effect to search a card. What? This shit actually just drives me insane. And because this shit is just so overloaded with crap, it just means, especially in Duel Links, Konami just limits the fuck out of everything the deck can do. It feels like you're just having your legs chopped off. You guys thought Duel Links had skills? Not if you're a pendulum player, then you must play a pendulum scale skill, just so you don't clog the fuck out of your 3-slot back row. God forbid you want to play a pendulum deck that wasn't used in the anime, then you literally only have the default scale skill, which literally does nothing except give you the scales, and even that fucking skill has a requirement on it. Now let's move on to the second reason I hate Pendulum. Bricks. Now this one's going to get a bit confusing, as I don't think my brain functions correctly, but try to bear with me through this long tangent. I promise it will make sense at the end, at least I think so. So Yu-Gi-Oh! Is considered a resourceless card game. Now obviously this game does have resources, being the cards themselves, but what this actually means is it doesn't have any kind of mana or energy system, like Hearthstone, Magic, or Pokemon. Now this is pretty neat, as I personally don't like mana systems all that much. I don't mind set resource systems like Hearthstone where you gain a set amount of mana each turn, and you start with a set amount. But games like Magic: The Gathering, I fucking despise playing, as in that game you actually have to draw your mana. This means you now have two ways to brick. You can not open your starter cards, and you can just not open the right mana. And this to me is just how pendulums feel to play. They turn Yu-Gi-Oh! Into Magic the Gathering, where you have to open all your starter cards and you have to draw your scales, both of which can cause a break. Like, how many of you guys have drawn pendulum hands that are all just high scales, or alternatively, all just low scales, or maybe just no scales at all? It literally makes each pendulum deck feel like it has a 20 to 30% extra chance of bricking than your standard deck. And on top of that, because we have to play scales, it just means there is no room at all for tech cards, unless you want to increase the brick percentage even more. Trying to fit scales, starters, bosses, back row removal, all into 20 card lists just feels like complete arse. Even a deck like Abyss Actors, which has a trillion ways to search, and has a monster that can be both a high and a low scale, I still feel bricks more and has to play less tech cards than your average list. Sure, it's a strong deck, and it's pretty nuts when it does go off, and it only probably bricks like 15% of the time, but I do not personally enjoy playing decks that have to scoop 1 every 5 to 6 games off just bad starting hands. I've said this in multiple other videos, and I'll say it again here. Consistency is way more fun than power. I have way more fun playing a deck that runs a 90% chance slightly weaker combo than a 70% chance insane combo. Losing is never really that fun, but at least losing because somebody beat your combo felt like you got to play the game, whereas losing to a brick is literally just losing without getting to do anything. So I don't care if I have a 70% win rate pendulum deck, if 30% those losses are just bricks. I'm probably having less fun than if I just played something else. Basically, in summary, I just wanted to make a video to complain about pendulums, so I did. I'm sure there'll be plenty of pendulum decks released down the line that I'll probably enjoy, but at the moment this mechanic feels like absolute garbage. And after saying all that, make sure you subscribe to the channel, as I'll probably be releasing an Abyss Actor video tomorrow. Thank you guys for watching, laters.
Hey, big brother, can I watch SpongeBob?
Shut up, Mokuba. I'm busy flagging YouTube videos to compensate for the fact that I have an extremely small penis.
Oh.